Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's been another month, and not just another month. As of a little over a week ago, I have hit my 18 months on HRT. Yay, another milestone met in this long, ongoing journey of mine. Yeah, definitely something I would have celebrated more if I wasn't so under the weather because of my mystery condition and a cold I am currently coming down from. As of, I honestly don't know how I got it. I suspect maybe now my immune system is being made weaker because of my mystery condition. So I'm not feeling the greatest right now. Probably don't sound the greatest or look the greatest, but here I am. So let me just dive right into it. So starting with the psychological stuff, the last 4 weeks have been another 4 weeks. I don't really remember most of it because for me, memory is just becoming like a like a comes and goes, hit or miss type of thing for me. But as I've said many times before, in previous updates, it's like my routine. It's like it's just kind of business as usual. Like sometimes I kind of go to work, excuse me, sometimes go to work during the week, and then I spend the majority of my time just here resting or trying to stay productive doing other stuff, and that has not changed. I haven't really been up to or doing that much. It's just been, so my mood I haven't really noticed any noteworthy changes in my mood or just how I've been feeling emotionally. It's just been life as usual. But jumping into the physical stuff, the interesting stuff as always. I have noticed I have noticed some developments. I've definitely noticed that my body has, as a whole, has definitely gotten to a little bit more of a slimmer, more feminine proportion in my arms, my legs, my hips, my body. It's like pretty much my entire body has seen some type more feminizing changes in terms of overall physique. Mostly I've noticed it in sort of my hips and my sort of abdomen. It's definitely got more of that more feminine definitely more of that more feminine figure. And I've definitely been noticing that in my legs as well, and somewhat in my arms. But overall, that's definitely something that I've noticed as a whole a lot more. Not really any changes with hair up here or body wise. That doesn't really seem to have changed that much. Though skin does kind of feel a little bit more softer, although that might just be the result of just kind of a sort of more newer take that I've been kind of doing on my typical skin routine. But who knows? Maybe that could. Who knows? But I've definitely noticed a difference in kind of the smoothness and feel of the skin. So that's different. I've definitely kind of noticed a little bit more of definitely a bit more of a roundness and kind of firmness in the face. I know that if I were to do like a compare and contrast, it's like I probably wouldn't be like that much of a difference, but I kind of feel like there is a difference. It's kind of feels a little bit more rounder, a little bit more brighter, and a little bit just a bit more feminine. When I'm not, currently sick as I presently am. But I've noticed that, especially around the eyes, I kind of feel like my eyes have definitely gotten a little bit more of a round, definitely developed a bit more of a, I guess more of a roundness, and are kind of just a little bit larger. I know I know definitely an attribute for cisgender women is that they kind of have somewhat slightly larger, rounder eyes compared to cisgender men, and for me, I think it has something to do with sort of the way that the tissue and skin is kind of dispersed over the structure of the face, and I think for me, I've just had some kind of changes in there, so I definitely noticed a little bit of a difference in the way my eyes look. Slight difference, not a huge one, but slight. And I guess that's great and all. I've also noticed a little bit more of a change in my chest. My breasts are not as tender as before, and there's definitely more of a shape and firmness there than before. So that's wonderful and fantastic, I guess. Obviously it's great. Sorry, I don't mean to sound jumbled. I'm sick. And yeah, I think that was really the gist of it. It's really just been like as a whole, I've definitely seen some noteworthy minor developments with my overall body. Definitely noticed a little bit more of a change in my chest as far as the tenderness concern goes, and just having a little bit more of growth and development in this area specifically. I haven't noticed anything around the back, but baby steps. But I guess the silver lining and the bright side of things is like, okay, at least, hey, at least I'm now undergoing at least a little bit more of a slight change in the physical side and the physical side of things as a whole, and then in other areas like my face, especially around the eyes and maybe around the overall roundness of the structure and everything, and then in my chest as well. So small. It's like a small step. Definitely, I guess a small step forward after the last few months have kind of had little to no developments at all. So to like, okay, now in this month, it's like, oh, this past month there definitely been some stuff. So I guess that's just part of the magic of the milestone. So maybe when I hit 24 months, it's like I'm just gonna boom, just go through another big old batch of big changes. But who knows? That's another 6 months from now. I think part of me is also still just processing that. It's like, hey, it's been over 18 months now that you've been doing this, that you've been changing, growing, evolving, and becoming more and more like yourself. And with every day, I feel like my happiness, grows a little bit more brighter in that regard. Um, because yeah, I mean, it's a journey, and I'm becoming more and more like myself with every passing day, with every change, with every milestone that I hit, and that's something to definitely be joyous about. And I'm very glad for that. I'm immensely glad for that. So yeah, I mean that's yeah, that's 18 months, and who knows what could happen in these next 6 months. Sorry, I don't mean to sound like such a jumbled mess. My mind is all over the place, but I wanted to sit down, but obviously I needed to sit down and get this done. So, but yeah, that was the gist of it. That was that was last 4 weeks, 18-month milestone mark, whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, but anyway, that is all for now. Thank you all so very, very, very much for watching, and take care.